Tashidele and Namaste to all the dignitaries, special guest Dr. Nereji Mandapji, renowned author and friend of Tibet. Guest of honor, Professor K.A.C. Anihotri, former Vice Chancellor, Himachal Pradesh Central University. Shri R.K. Khermiji, National Convener, Co-Guru for Tibet Cause, India. Karma Chei, Secretary, Department of Information and International Relations. Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters who are gathered here today, I would like to thank Co-Guru for Tibet Cause, India for inviting me here today. I am very honored. Co-Guru for Tibet Cause, India, the FS body of All India Tibet Support Group, is the most active guru who has actively carried out activity to keep the Tibet movement alive all over India. India, being our home and guru for more than last 60 years, has done so much for Tibet that we are always grateful for all the support that we have received over the past year. India is the only country who held our hand when we need it the most. Therefore, we are indebted to India, government and its people. Tibet and India share a strong bond, culturally, geographically, and historically. His Holiness the Dalai Lama often describes our relation as Guru and Chela. India being a guru for bringing Buddhists in Tibet, and no Tibetan being a reliable Chela for reviving the ancient Indian knowledge back to its land. Hence, our relationship is embedded with friendship, love, respect, and brotherhood dating back to ancient times. India's consistent and unwavering support remains our great source of hope and inspiration in our movement, and Co-Guru plays a very significant role in bringing our movement to the front line and keeping it alive in India. The conflict between Tibet and China is not an internal affair as China claims. It is an international concern as China is breaching the international law of human rights and has been showing into power in the international arena, disrespecting the international law. China is not only appealing its authoritative regimes inside Tibet, but it has been playing with the whole world with its brutal regime, especially with its neighbors, including India. The border tension has increased since the China-India military face-off in the Galwan Valley on June 15, 2020, threatening the national security and integrity of India. Thereafter, the deadliest military confrontation between the two nations since 1962. India lost life of around 20 soldiers in the Galwan Valley during the face-off. Tibet remained a buffer zone until it was occupied by People's Republic of China by illegally occupying Tibet. China has forcefully shattered the traditional border between India and Tibet into the Sino-Indian boundary. Sino-India conflict over the Indo-Tibetan border remains as one of the longest geopolitical disputes in Asia, and the centrality of Tibet is a key factor in resolving the China-India conflict. Therefore, it is not possible for India to avoid Tibet, as Tibet remains the key factor in Sino-India conflict. the need to resolve the issue of Tibet is imperative for India's stability and peace with China. After ripping the Chinese Communist Party's 20th National Congress, the last suppression, the most expected outcome was Xi Jinping securing his office for the third term. In 2018, Xi Jinping engineered constitutional reform that eliminated the previous two terms limited on the president, which means he can now rule indefinitely. His leadership was threatened to not just the minority, but the Chinese atrocities could have a global impact, threatening the national security of the countries around the world, including India. The whole world has also recently witnessed China's inhuman and brutal regime during the outbreak of the pandemic. China was irresponsible for playing with so many lives. They lacked transparency, leading to trust deficit from the whole world, and the problem hasn't ended in Tibet yet. China is continuing to suppress Tibet under the zero-COVID policy, disabling the mobility of the Tibetan within Tibet and putting them inside for a while with no access to the outside world. Although China is considered to be one of the most powerful countries economically, but this cannot be reason to breach all the international laws. China cannot survive alone in this world. We are all interdependent to each other. Therefore, we must not let this go, because in the end, the Chinese misbehaviors and misdeeds are going to impact the whole world. At the Environmental Front, destruction by PRC in Tibet is impacting the neighborhood countries, downstream nations, and the whole world at large. China's lofty claim developing Tibet in reality has exploited the environment by setting decrease in wildlife by killing and hunting the animals, excessive deforestation, water pollution from Tosi mine waste, and diamond on the natural rivers. China claims that they have spent millions on environmental conservation projects, but they have earned much more from mining and other resource extraction activities in Tibet. Therefore, whatever China is doing in Tibet is only for their benefit in the name of development. China is also carrying out extensive infrastructure development in Tibet by building highway, rail line, and airports aimed at military usage. The unprecedented expansion have significantly enabled the war-waging capability of China, including against India. Therefore, there is the need for all the stakeholders to work in multilaterally to contain the ambitious PRC. I am well aware of the works that members of core group carry out to strengthen the Tibetan movement. The core group is as the mediator between the Tibetan cause and India. By bringing Tibet cause closer to the common India people, I am also very happy to learn that the 70 All Indian Tibet Support Groups Conference deliberated on important topics related to Tibet and its cause. I would like to thank each one of you for coming from your own place all the way to Delhi to attend this conference. Such large number of participants from across India shows the amount of support you have for our cause. I conclude by thanking all the members for your contribution to the Tibetan cause, and I hope you will continue to support our cause. I also congratulate the new executive members of Co-Guru for Tibetan cause, India. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to working closely together with you all achieve our goal. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Tibet.